NFL field? Y'all gonna put me on?
From a personality standpoint, TJ is gonna talk, he's gonna tell you exactly how he feels.
Wake up, Cam! Wake up, Cam! Wake up! TJ Ward!
Yo, what's up? It's TJ Ward, and you watching the Safety First show, man. I know I was supposed to start at 8:30, but we had some technical difficulties, but it's all good. We on CP time, but I wasn't going to leave y'all hanging, regardless if it took an hour, 2 hours. As long as y'all on with me, I'm going to be here. But, thanks for joining me. It's our first live. We on YouTube at Safety First Show, at Instagram at Safety First Show, TikTok at Safety First Show. Man, and I'm here to talk to y'all about some ball, man. Talk to y'all what's been going on the last couple days. Man, I was down in Saddle Branch College in Mission Viejo. We're going to start with this high school, man. De La Salle High School, Concord, California versus Santa Margarita High School, man. And as you may know or may not know, I'm a De La Salle alumni, 151-game winning streak. And boy, oh boy, did Carson Palmer and crew destroy us last night. God dog. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think we ever got beat that bad in the history of De La Salle football. Probably not even before Coach Ladderser got there, Coach Bob Ladderser. But nonetheless, we got down there. It was good to see all, my old coaches and some of the alumni, some of the guys I played with. And I'm going to tell you what, we all need to put pads on and play again the way they beat on us. Man, it was pretty disheartening. It was pretty disheartening. And the thing was, De La Salle and everybody around the program had a lot of confidence coming into this game. We lost a few state games in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, and it just hasn't been the same. The program hasn't been the same. I don't think we've developed players like we used to, and I just don't think our system is updated enough to hang with some of these schools. It's not even the talent all the time. Like, I think we pretty talented team, man. We can get the job done in a lot of areas, but I'm going to tell you where we outmatch. And this has never been the issue for us, ever. And that's coaching. We are outmatched in the coaching and preparation, in scheme, and in adjustments. And you could tell, man, the whole game from first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, there were no adjustments made by our coaching staff. And it was very disheartening. And, we were very disappointed. It was very disappointing, man. It was very disappointing. We almost just laid down out there. And the defense was struggling. Carson Palmer and TJ, my dog, Hoosh Manzada, was out there. I talked to him after the game. He was like, man, we was doing this at halftime and doing that during the game to make these adjustments for what y'all was doing. You came in out in the split veer, which, we just made our bones on the split veer. That's how we became such a great program. But now we got to do other things, especially having the speed we had on the field. I feel like we bottled our own speed up, and basically we beat ourselves and worked against our own selves. So that being said, man, they had one guy, Trent Mosley, number 4. And the boy was balling. He going to SC, speed guy, power guy. He was doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. And we just had no adjustments, especially defensively for him. And I wanted to, put my bid in and really help our defensive coordinator make these adjustments and do the things that I know that would help us win that game. But, to no avail. They didn't want to listen. And you got Maurice Jones-Drew on the staff as well. He's pretty much an offensive mind for the team. His son plays running back, Deuce Jones-Drew. And he told me they wouldn't listen to him either. So, man, we went in there at halftime. The D coordinator wasn't making no adjustments, wasn't talking to the team, wasn't motivating them. He was just standing around kind of like it wasn't his job. So it was very, very disappointing, very disappointing. Man, we lost 47-13. 47-13. And you could talk about some of the penalties. You could talk about, some of the uncalled plays. But at the end of the day, we were running plays into the teeth, into the strength of their defense. And you just can't do that, man. High school football has developed, and over the time, it's become more and more and more progressive. And you have to progress with the times. If you're not doing that, you're behind. And that's how De La Salle is right now. We represent the North all the time, not even because we have the best talent up there, we just the best program. Like the Bay and Northern California has a lot of talent, but we have the best program. And if we're going to come out and play like that, we might as well let somebody else come and represent the North because it's completely embarrassing. It was completely embarrassing, man. And I'm not even going to go into all the little details about what happened with the coaches, and I'm going to go over one. One thing I did know is that a couple of the coaches did not travel with the team down here. The team took a couple charter buses down here, and the coaches, the most important coaches, didn't travel. That's like me being the general or the captain of the Navy or the Marines or the Army, and I'm not on the ship with my team. Make that make sense. I'm the captain of the ship, captain of the Navy, but I don't get on the boat with my squad. So, man, that's just one little thing I had to mention, and we got to do something. We got to change some things around at De La Salle because I'm not going down to Saddleback College no more to see us keep losing. I'm not doing it. And I know a lot of alumni feel the same way, and a lot of the parents feel the same way. That performance was completely unacceptable. I feel bad for the seniors and a lot of the players on the team because it wasn't even their fault. They were playing hard. They were trying to do their thing, but we just had no prep and no adjustments during that game. And it wasn't like we had to put a whole nother game plan. It was simple football. Simple football that would have negated a lot of those plays. And then it was a lot of offensive game plan and plays that we could have adjusted to help us. Man, we got the fastest guy in the state. Yeah, we got a Jaden Jefferson. Fastest guy in the state ran 10 flat, but we running him up the A-gap in we're running about the A-gap in a split veer, man. Make it make sense. So I'm going to get off of that before I get too mad. And, yeah. Hold up real quick. We got some other stuff going on. So real quick, we're going to get to this Sunday night game right here, Dallas and Minnesota, because, boy, Dallas lost last week, and they just said, forget it, man. We ain't even going to try no more. You still had a shot. You still had a chance. But you came out and you lost to the Minnesota Vikings and J.J. McCarthy at home. How did that happen? How did that happen? J.J. McCarthy was out there looking like an all-pro. He was running. He was passing. He was turned up. He was doing the gritty in the end zone. I'm like, God, dog, who is this? Who's this new quarterback the Vikings done found? Because he's lighting Dallas ass up like Christmas. It's Christmas, right? It's December. Yeah. Y'all was getting lit up like a Christmas tree. That don't even matter. But, Dak, he tried to do his thing. I was wondering, was George Pickens hurt? The first half, I'm like, hey, where's George at? I'm texting chat. Google AI, where's George Pickens? Is he hurt? He's not on the field. He is on the field. He's not hurt. So, CD bounced back. CD's out there. I know CD was out there because Dak, he was dodging CD early. So now I'm starting to think, is Dak not messing with George? Like, is there some beef, from last week and the week that CD got hurt and George kind of just was nowhere to be found? He had a couple good plays, but, they say he was playing some lazy ball. That's to your discretion to judge. I don't judge people. I just state the facts and I reply to what I see. I tell you all the time, I just reply to the truth or what I see. But you know what I saw today? I didn't see George Pickens. I didn't see him at all. He had about 6 targets, 3 catches for 33 yards. 3 catches for 30. Number 3 had 3 catches for 33 yards. That's not gonna do it, and that's not gonna get you paid. I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you double team or not. 3 catches for 33 yards. And then the last week, you was running lazy routes and not catching the digs. And look, like I said, if I got a football team, I have a militia. I have a military. And if it's not at ease, aye, captain, salute, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you top dollar. I don't care how big of a dog you are, how cold you are. This is the NFL. Everybody cold. Everybody cold. It's the facts. Well, not everybody, but most people. Most people are cold. But CD had, 6 for 111 or something like that? 10 targets, 6 catches for 111. And you know what I like about CD? Even though I was on him a little bit for dropping balls again in the Eagles games, that's the only 2 games he really dropped passes. But other than that, CD showed up with his lunch pill every day and his hard hat. That's what he do. He got knocked out last game. He was trying to come back in, even being concussed. He ain't take no time off. He came back this week and hit you for 111. Like, what more do you want? That's the guy who's got his check and he's still playing like he hungry and ain't got paid. That's what you need. If you got a bunch of offensive guys like CD Lamb, you can win. Now, George, he cold. Don't get me wrong. He cold. He's a bad boy. But I can't have this 1 week you in, 2 weeks you out, 3 weeks you in, next 2 you out. Like that attitude, and I ain't even gonna call it diva. I'm just gonna call it like, I don't know, new age with these young kids, the shiesties, the shiesty generation. Whatever it is, can't take corrective criticism, can't be time on meetings. One time, there's just a lot going on with him, man. It's just a lot going on. I don't trust him as a general manager. I wouldn't trust him to be there week in and week out. And most importantly, as you get older, as an older receiver, as an older veteran, you have to lead by example. Now I got younger guys looking up to you. I got younger guys following you. Are you in the mode of the player that I want leading my locker room? Just because you balling don't mean you can do whatever you want to do. Because you know what the NFL stands for? Not for long. You can ball 2, 3. Can you ball for 6, 7, 8 years? Can you do that? And we just not seeing it. We seeing it week to week here, week there, but you can't even string 5 games together. Like, you can't even string all the greats got double teamed. T.O., Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, Steve Smith, all the greats get doubled. Demaryius Thomas, Megatron. But you ain't never hear about them walking or not running hard routes or being late to meetings and all this other extra stuff. Hey, look, it's going to be another receiver coming in this draft, and the draft after that is going to be another receiver, and the draft after that is going to be another receiver. You know why? Because they ain't stopped making athletes. They have not stopped making athletes, and they definitely ain't stopped making receivers. And even if they not as talented, I'll take me a do-hard guy. Give me Julian Edelman. You know what I'm saying? Give me a try-hard. You know what I'm saying? Give me like a Brandon Cooks with some speed. Just go over the top. He may not demand a double team, but hey, he gonna get the job done. And then I got CD. So I know if CD getting double teamed, then my other guy is free, man. Tom Brady did a lot with a little. So I need the best team. I don't need the best player all the time. I need the best team. And like I said before, like, is Dak, he got Dak mad. I really got to go back and watch the tape. I'm going to go back and watch all 22 like my dog Lee say, do some more research and really see what happened in that game. But, 3 for 33, it didn't look like Dak. I seen one time he was single coverage. Dak didn't even look his way. Not one time, a couple times. I ain't even messing with you. So maybe something happened during the week. I don't know. I got to do some more research, call some of the homies up, and see what happened. But, nonetheless, that's a bad loss for Dallas. And they're pretty much out of the playoffs with that loss. Yeah, man. But you know who didn't lose and who's not out the playoffs? Is my Broncos. Hey, my Broncos, Bronco country, where you at? Where you at? Yeah, they was talking all that, had us underdogs by 2.5 points, and we kicked their ass by how much? 8? Whooped their ass by 8. How you like them odds? You don't bet against the Broncos at home with that type of defense. Now, granted, Jordan Love, he had a pretty good game. We gave up 26 points. We gave up 26. But most importantly, what do? You play to win the game. And you know what else you play for? Championships. And you know how you start to get a championship? By making the playoffs. And guess what we did? We clinched the playoff berth. Sure did. Sure did. My dog, Bo Air Nix was out there airing shit out. 303 yards, 23 for 34. What y'all got to say now? Oh, he carried by the defense. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. 300. 300. Yeah, I'm talking about Broncos, 406 total offense, right? Now, the Packers had 375 total offense, but when it counted, we made the plays, and they did it. My dog, Court, Big Court, had 7 receptions for 113 yards. And C.J. Harvey, man, he came through, 75 yards rushing, 1 TD, but he was toting the bean, and he made some big plays and some key, first downs when we need them as well. So did Cortland, man, Mr. Third Down, Mr. Red Zone. We needed a big play. We hit Court, dial him up. Hey, Court, you there? Yeah, I'm right here for first down. Yeah, I'm right here for the first down. Yep. Or the TD. Yeah, either one. Yeah, I'll be there. All right. Yeah, big Court. Hey, shout out to Cortland, man. Hell of a game. And, but look, Green Bay came in to this. And this is a key to victory right here. The number 1 third down percentage team in the league. That's why they're successful. The number 1 third down team in the league. You know what we did to them boys? 4 for 11. 4 for 11. That don't sound like number 1 to me. 4 for 11. And I told y'all, they ain't play nobody. I mean, they beat the Bears at home, but that's a division team. So, I'm lying. Let me stop. They played people. I don't even want to be one of them. They ain't played nobody. This is an NFL, so I'm not even going to start. I ain't going to do that to them. But early, they looked good. But this is a 4-quarter game, man. It's 2 halves. It's a 4-quarter game. And we were the better team in the second half. They had the lead. Now, Jordan Love was 24 for 40 for 276 yards, right? That's pretty good. Usually that would get the win. 276 yards. That would usually get the win. But you know what? He threw 2 picks. And he don't throw picks. He threw 2 picks. But you know why he threw picks? Because he's playing the number 1 defense in the league. Denver Broncos. That's why he threw 2 picks. Had a couple nice scrambles. Josh Jacobs was doing his thing early and running. And I'm like, God, dog, Jacobs catching touchdowns? We in trouble. He can't even, I ain't going to say he can't catch, but he hasn't been the receiving type of running back, right? He's not known for catching out the backfield. He's a bruiser. He's a bruiser with some speed, and he's a pounder. And with time, as the game goes on, he gets better. He's a great back. I like Josh Jacobs a lot, man. He's a great back. But you know what? He didn't do enough today, because in that second half it's time for the Broncos to do what? Close the game. And we was looking for a nickname for the Broncos, right? They were saying they've been calling them the Orange Rush, right? Because we got all them sacks and stuff, and Vance Joseph is, sending the blitz. And I love Vance's man-to-man blitzes, but also his zone blitzes and his mug blitzes. Like, opposed to Tampa Bay, who got their ass toe up in the mug blitzes, we do that very well. And I remember before I got cut from Denver, when we were running those mug blitzes, I'm like, God damn, how many mug blitzes you got? We had a whole 4 or 5 pages of mug blitzes. I'm like, I've never seen this many mug blitzes in my life. But he got them boys running them mug blitzes and knowing, where to drop, the drop lanes very, very well, man. You can shout out to Vance Joseph and what he did with that defense. But I'm going to call us the closers. No, that's the whole team. The whole team get a nickname, the closers. Because when it's time to close out, we put that sign on the door. It's closed for business. You cannot get in. We don't want no more patrons. It's over with. End zone closed. Everything is closed. But yeah, man, the closers and shit. You could ball the first 3 quarters, but as long as that game is close, Denver Broncos gonna close the game. And that's just proof is in the pudding. I don't be making this stuff up. We 12-2. I don't make this stuff up. We 12-2, and we get. Hey, how you want it? How do you want it? Yeah, Pop. How do you want it? Because we could do the low scoring thing, and we could come out. We could do the high scoring thing. We could do the battle for field position in 12, 14, 18 points, or we could come out and gun you out. Gunslingers, 34-26. We got them 6 shooters. Ha-da-da, ha-da-da. And Bo was finding everybody. Hey, Bo had a bullet for every one of his receivers because he was pow, dart there, pow, dart there. Hey, pow was a dart there. He found everybody. Mims, Troy Franklin, Lil Humphrey, Ingram, Sutton. Everybody got that work. He spread the ball around. Everybody got that work. And then, hey, look. Going back to the defense. Wait. Hold up 1 second. I got to talk about the defense. Yeah. I got to talk about my 2 corners. Our 2 corners. P2, Patrick Surtain, the second, and Riley Moss. My dog Moss. My dog Riley be out there strapping. I don't care what y'all say. Riley Moss is out there strapping, and he get unfair penalties, and I hate to see it because they discriminating. They discriminating against my dog Riley Moss because he a white corner. That's what it is. I'm calling it right now. But my dog, he played tough. He played man-to-man, which a lot of these corners don't be out here doing. They be playing zone defense. He could tackle. He's scrappy. And then he take the penalties that he don't deserve on the chin and go back to the next play. So shout out to my corners, man. Riley Moss and P2 with probably the play of the game with the pick with Watson going deep. Hell of a play, man. That's why he was defensive player of the game. Because that was an excellent play to run alongside Watson, who's probably one of the fastest receivers in the league, and to go up over the top, make a play, pick that ball off in a crucial time because Green Bay had the ball and they go down and score. It's looking bad for us. It's looking not as good. But that play led to a scoring drive and put money on the board for us. Put money on the board and really took their confidence. And not only did that, and I don't like to be preying on players' downfall, but Watson is, I know I said something. I said on Twitter that he's a sorry receiver. He's not sorry. I was just using the quote from Richard Sherman. Because you can't go at P2, period. But you tried him deep. You tried P2 deep, and I said, don't try my dog with a sorry receiver like Watson. Watson, everybody know Watson not sorry. Watson, he's a baller. He does his thing, especially on the long balls. He does his thing. But you tried P2 at the wrong time, and you got picked off. You got picked off. And then he got hurt. So that's like a 2-for-1. I mean, I'm not saying he got hurt, but shit. You got hurt, man. That's one of the best receivers. That shit was in our favor the rest of the game. That was in our favor. The rest of the game, they didn't have a deep threat. So you get the pick, you get their best receiver out the game, and look, we win the game. Win the game. Riley Moss, he got his first pick of the year. Well deserved, man. I know you've been scrapping and fighting. Like, what's the name told, fam? Like, what's the name told? Like, Diddy told on Drink Champs. Yeah, I like when you be scrapping and scrawling. Scrapping and scraping. I like that. But Riley Moss got his first pick, and look, he got another bad pass interference. He played that as good as, man, what do you want? These refs, dude. These refs, and it's all weekend. I'm going to get to more on this later. We've been talking about it all season, but it's been every game. What don't you can't not know what a pass interference is? Do we need referee camp? We need referee grade books. We need all that stuff because y'all is getting besides yourselves, man. There's no consequences. You're getting besides yourself and you're blowing games, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Let me get some coffee real quick. Mouth dry. Yeah, man, I'm sick of it. But Riley had 3 PBUs, 4 tackles, an interception. He was out there farming shit. Look, Riley Balls, you could play on my team any day. Any day you could play on my team. And I just mentioned what Court did, had his pick and he being defensive player of the year. If he wasn't hurt this year, he may have doubled back. But defense wins championships. And in the most important times, even in the third quarter, we didn't have a sack going into the third quarter. And we started rolling them sacks over. Start getting to the quarterback. My dog Roach, I think his name is Lamont Roach. Yeah. He been doing this thing all year. In clutch time, he's there. And that's what you need from your front, man. When it's clutch, don't nobody move me, and I'm moving bodies, and I'm making tackle for losses, and I'm getting the backfield for sacks. And that's what he was doing, man. Up front, shout out to them guys up front. Shout out to our linebackers, man. It was Green Bay is a good team. Green Bay is a really good team, man. People had that defense pegged as, one of the top defenses. And we was supposedly not such a good offense. We just rely on our defense. That's 34. 34. 34. I'm going to say it, man. I ain't going to say it no more. 34. I'm going to say it one more time. But back to Bo. Bo Nix, man, he threw some darts. Franklin caught a TD. Him and Franklin, they still got that chemistry from college. And he threw a dart down the seam, right down the seam. They ran a little scissor route at the top. That ball was humming. That ball was smoking. Franklin, hey, man coverage, big third down, ate the corner up on the comeback. Came out the break. Corner almost tore his shit up. But, he just sure-handed. He's doing his thing. But you know what? The Packers, they had a big loss today. But this guy disappeared before he even got hurt. I'm not going to hold you. He disappeared before he got hurt. And that's Micah Parsons. And unfortunately, man, I think they saying he had a tore ACL. And that's disheartening, especially for the Packers in this season, because he's a big piece to what they do, man. Earlier in the game, he had the forced fumble, and he was playing D tackle. And shoot, he stood our center up, threw him, and then made the tackle and ripped the ball out. That was probably one of the best plays I've seen Micah Parsons make all year. Keep it a bug. They might want to move him to the nose guard full time because, hey, that was a hell of a play. But, he was chasing Aaron Nix out, and he got injured, man. Hey, why Bo got wheels like that? Man, Bo got wheels. He was scrambling outside, containment, and outrunning cats, but he run the throw. That's another thing. He not running the run, not running for the love of the game. I'm running for a completion so I could get the ball downfield to my playmakers, man. And Bo had a hell of a game, man. Shout out to the Broncos, clinching the playoff berth. Orange Rush, the closers, whatever you want to call them, they winning right now. And shoot, 12-2, that's a hell of a record. That's a hell of a record, man. You 12 to only lose 2 games in every game is pretty much a 1 score, except this game. This was a 2 score. No, 1 score still. Still a 1 score. That's even better. Everything is 1 score, man. Hey, I like us in the chip. You like us in the chip? Raise your hand if you like the Broncos in the chip. I do. They said this was an early playoff Super Bowl match, but Micah going down, Watson hurt. Man, they're gonna have to do some rounding up in Green Bay if they want to go deep into the playoffs because those are 2 big hits. Those are 2 big hits for the Packers, man. 2 big hits for the Packers. Now, probably the moment you all been waiting for. The Cleveland Browns. Oh my God. the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, and staff. Let's have a moment of silence for them. Because them boys is dead. Hey, it's over with. Hey, if you watched that game and you thought anything but this was a terrible coaching staff, a terrible game plan, and anything but that, I don't want to talk to you. Don't leave no comments. I don't want to hear it. I know what you're going to say, oh, Shedeur, y'all been because I made a prediction about them beating the Browns. When I make these predictions, I make these predictions off of what's supposed to happen if done right. Not off the bullshit that happens when they do shit all wrong. I don't do this shit just because I don't know what I'm talking about. Been doing this for too long. I know if you do the stuff how you're supposed to do it and play to the strengths of your team, the Browns had a good chance of winning this game. But in Browns fashion, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And that's starting with Shedeur's goddamn play wristband. How you don't have the right plays in your quarterback wristband? And the Shedeur, that man, I don't think there's anybody in the league that does better interviews than Shedeur. So what about y'all? Jerm, think that? Should? But that man be politically correct. He's so, on point. He must have had interview training. Serious interview training. Because he don't miss with his responses. It's like, damn, that was a good-ass response to that question. Even in the eyes of defeat, even when they talking bad about him and they want him to say something dumb like me, I'm going to fall for it. I'm going to talk bad. I've done it. I'm going to talk bad. I'll be like, hey, look, Coach did, I'm going to give it up. I'm sorry. I'm going to give it up because I don't believe in biting the bullet for somebody that's trying to sabotage my career. But, he's a little bit more enlightened than me. He's a little bit more, he probably got a little more feng shui and woosah in him than me because I ain't got no woosah. I'm a Flash. I'm going to tell the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. But anyway, he said it was a miscommunication. That's what Kevin Stefanski said that it was a miscommunication. The play calling wristband wasn't right. Then he said, we didn't play well enough and we didn't coach well enough. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course you didn't coach well enough. And it starts with special teams again. What's up with the special teams? I know I played with the special teams coordinator, Bubba Ventrone. Bubba was an excellent player on special teams, and I know he knows what he's doing. But obviously, the message is not relaying clearly to those guys that are on the field because you come off after a bad special team performance against the Niners, not so great special team performance against the Titans, and then the first kickoff of the game, you give a return up to the 50-yard line. That's the 50-yard line, starting for the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams, right? You give anybody a short field like that, they're going to put some points on the board. And so happened they went down and got 7 right off the back. Bam, 7 points right off the back, all right? Then we get the ball. And what happened? We got the ball. They scored, kicked off. We get the ball, and what the hell did we do? We didn't get the ball. Well, anyway. Oh, that's what happened. We stopped them. We punted. We stopped them, and they punted to us. And we get the ball on the 1-yard line. That's what happened. We get the ball on the 1-yard line, backed up, and we can't get, it's hard to get out from out of there, man. It's hard to get out of there. So we punt. Boom, we punt. They get a big return to the 40. Now we backed up again. Punt return. Punt team can't tackle nobody. Now they got another short field. Excuse me. They get another short field, and they score another 7 point. Look, they didn't have to do too much. Caleb Williams plays within that offense. They run the ball. Smith was out there looking like sweetness. I thought it was Walter Payton, the way he was toting the ball on the Browns. You couldn't tell me it wasn't sweetness. He was slicing and dicing, breaking tackles, spinning. I said, damn, is that Walter Payton? Shit. And then I said last week, secondary, we got to tackle better. We were giving up big plays to the Titans, and they gave up big runs to Swift and couldn't tackle on the back end, couldn't tackle on the second level, couldn't tackle on the third level. Swift had 98 yards and 2 TDs, and that was damn near in the first half. 98 yards, 2 TDs. Caleb Williams was 17 for 28 for 242, 2 TDs. You don't got to do too much. Ben Johnson, he does a tremendous job with his offense and his young quarterback. And if we could just get our coaches, Tommy Reese, to do the similar things with Shedeur and the running game, Judkins, we got a great running back tandem. You got Sampson and Judkins. We stop and we give up on the run. You know why you do that? Because you panic. You down 14-3 and you panic. We can't be panicking from the coaches, bro. We can't be panicking and give up on the run as soon as you get down a little bit. With a whole half of football left, you just give up on the run. Now you become predictable, and the defense start teeing off and knowing exactly what you're doing. Like, for example, Luther Burden, who started off hot early, he had 6 catches for 84 yards. He was looking like Dante Hall. He couldn't be tackled either. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? My man Miles Harden, number 26. Hey, brother, look, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't know what the hell you was doing out there. You wasn't covering. You wasn't tackling. You wasn't doing nothing. You wasn't doing nothing in the field. You wasn't doing nothing in the red zone. Like, why did you even come? Why did you show up? Why did you get on the bus? And I don't want to attack you or nothing, but man, you got to do better at some point, man. You got to have more want to. A lot of this game is just about wanting to make the tackle. It ain't about being the most skilled and the most talented player. Do you want to make the tackle or not? And tackling especially is about 80% want to. It's about getting in the right position. It's about using the right angles. It's about putting your face on somebody. Put your face in their chest. But y'all out there diving at ankles. Just diving at ankles, man. Back to the rushing game. Junkins had 12 for 21. He only had 12 carries. Sanders had 2 carries. Sampson had 2 carries. 2 carries for 24 yards, man. Shedeur was 18 to 35 for 177 and 3 picks. But we already know, it was one bad pick early. We ran a play action, but we run a play action and you're not running the ball. So what good does that do you? What kind of disguise is that? Here, play action, we ain't ran the ball all day. The linebacker dropped right into the flat, dropped right into the seam. Pick. Now, it's arguably a bad pick, but I think it was a better play by the linebacker. And it was a terrible setup by the offensive coordinator. Crozier, what are you doing? Oh, and then your boy Judy, oh my God. Your boy Judy goes soap opera on the quarterback 2 weeks ago. Goes soap opera on the quarterback. Yeah, you can throw it right here and look at this, I'm wide open. That's why he don't throw you the ball. It's a touchdown. I didn't know what the hell happened. I thought it was a magic trick. I knew he caught the touchdown. I'm like, touchdown! Nah, it was an interception. He just, you dropped the ball and you let the corner pick it for the touchdown, man. And it was a perfect placement, perfect ball placement. Now, Shedeur probably throws the sweetest deep ball, one of the sweetest deep balls in the league right now. I'm not going to hold you. He threw one to Bond, threw to the Bond. One Bond look up, he can't find the ball, but it was, he had a beat. If he would have just rolled inside a little more, that would have been a completion too, but he didn't do that either. So he couldn't find a deep pass. Then he connects on him on later on one, and those are pretty much the biggest plays we had on game. That was pretty much it. That was it. DJ Moore, he did his thing. 4 catches for 69 yards, 2 red zone TDs. And look, just a well-planned offense. Well-planned. And then the defense being opportunistic late in the game. You got Shedeur. Now, people say, watching the game, I heard commentators and people on X talking about, oh, he had the guy in the flat. He should have hit him. This ain't time for no flat throws. We got to score. It ain't no time. So, yeah, he forced it. Great play by C.J. Gardner. Great disguise because he was on the end of the line of scrimmage. Now, if you're on the edge of the line of scrimmage, who the hell thinks you're going to drop into the deep flat? Now, you could call it a bad pick if you want to. If it was a bad pick, if it was the middle of the game and he was a veteran quarterback, I'd say that was a terrible pick. But that wasn't a terrible pick because the timing of it, the score of the game, and the position we were in, it wasn't a bad pick like that. That's just my opinion. You can say I'm biased all you want. I don't care. I am biased because I know the coaching staff does such a terrible job, they probably didn't even prepare him for that drop. I know they didn't. I know they didn't say, hey, if you see this guy, this tackle or this DB on the line of scrimmage, he's going straight to the corner. Because he didn't even look at the flag. He dropped straight to the corner route because he knew the route. That's called good coaching. It's called great coaching. Who is it? Al Harris, the D coordinator over there, old school Al Harris, used to play corner, players coach. He watched a lot of film. I know he watched a lot of tape. If you're a DB and as good as Al Harris was in the league, he watched a lot of tape. And they knew that Fannin was our favorite target. And with Njoku being out, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm going to blame a lot of that loss, like the De La Salle loss, on the coaching staff. Poorly prepped and terrible execution. That's what I'm going to blame that on, for sure. I'm not blaming it on my young quarterback. I don't care who if I had J.J. McCarthy or whoever else, May, any of these young quarterbacks, I'm blaming it on the coach because they young quarterbacks. That's what I'm going to do. And you could call me protective if you want to. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But yeah, that's the Browns starting with 3 straight series of special teams blunders. You're not going to win like that. And then we muffed the punt. You muffed the punt later, man. Defense looked elementary. Looked like a Pop Warner team out there trying to tackle. Looked like Pop Warner team out there trying to tackle a high school team. Falling down, can't keep their feet. Man, it just looked bad. And then my dog Denzel Ward was out, and I didn't know he was going to be out until later in the week after I made my prediction. But, Roman Duze was out too, okay? Their best receiver was out, so there's no excuses. You have 2 against 2 out there. And, their 2 play better than our 2, obviously. It is what it is. So I'm gonna get off the Browns because I'm tired of talking about the Browns too. I'm tired of watching it. Tired of talking about the Browns. And yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to let's talk about these Chiefs. Let's talk about these Chiefs, man. For the first time, we will not see the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs for the first time in about 10 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, the Chargers went up there. They did what they had to do. They went on the road, divisional matchup, and they was out there hitting the Chiefs in the mouth, metaphorically and literally, because my dog Tony Jefferson got ejected. He got ejected, man, and he was out there laying wood. Shout out to TJ, man. TJ been out there for a long time. I don't know what year he in, but it got to be like 12 because he took a little hiatus and he came back mad at everybody. How you supposed to do? And he was out there hitting today, and I know it didn't feel good because it was cold. It was cold out there in Kansas City, and he was out there mad at the world. Look, after he got ejected for smacking Buddy, one of the other players came up. The players be coming up chopping like they gonna do something, and TJ, he got that old school look. So he probably said 2 words from dude back down so quick. I said, damn, I wonder what TJ said to him. He probably told him something like your uncle would say, like something crazy. I don't know, but this is the game we live in, man. Game on the line. You make a big physical hit. Nothing, malicious or truly intentful. It's just the way that the receiver falls or folds into the catch, and now you ejected out the game. For what? For what? And I don't like that rule in college either. Like, this is a full speed game. We're not playing in slow motion. We're not playing at the speed of the instant replay. Like, what do you want us to do as receivers? I mean, as DBs? What, like, honestly, I need an answer. Like, what do you want us to do? Referees, officials, NFL front office, like what do you like in crunch time and the receiver is catching the ball and he ducks into you? Because you've never gave us an answer for that. Like, we know it happens, right? When that happens, what are we supposed to do since y'all know everything? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm taking them legs out. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking them legs out, and it's unfortunate that you put us in that position, but I don't want to get ejected, and I definitely don't want to get fined. So you seen Zach Ertz get hit a couple weeks ago, and you probably ask yourself, why did the DB, he didn't have to go low on him? Yes, he did. He did have to go low. You did. You made it. You made it like this. You made it like this. Now we have to hit everybody below the thigh pad. It's ugly. It's an ugly world we live in. You know what's uglier? Taking $20,000, $30,000 on my check and out my kid's mouth. That's ugly. When I got home and explained to wife where the dinner at, and I tell her I was doing my job and I didn't get paid. I can't bring the groceries home. So guess what? Somebody has to pay. Unfortunately, they have to pay in a violent way. But little or more important, whatever your opinion is on that, my dog Pat Mahomes tore his ACL as well. So not only did they get knocked out the playoffs, Pat Mahomes is done for the season, and he's going to be done for the majority of the next season. And like I said, it's a violent game, and it's an ugly game. And things happen every week. So shout out to Pat Mahomes and his speedy recovery. But also shout out to the Chargers for going on the road and getting that win in a hostile environment. But, hey, like I be saying, man, John Harbaugh, when we had them boys ready to play, he is the ultimate motivator. I was going to say ultimate warrior, but that too. Like, he gets his teams up and ready to play no matter where he's coaching. And that's what you know about a good coach. No matter where he's at, he gets his teams to the next level of prep and the next level of performance. And it is what it is. You could like them, you could hate them, you could love them. But it's a fact. From where I'm gonna go back to San Diego. My dog was at UC San Diego. You didn't even know they had a football team. Did you know that San Diego had a football team? Not San Diego State, University of San Diego. No one knew they had a football team. Thought they played chess. Yeah, we knew they had a chess team. We didn't know they had a football team till my dog Harbaugh got there. Made them successful. Go to Stanford. Stanford, they've been okay. They could beat Cal and stuff, but they ain't really been no nationally ranked team or known as a good football program overall. Man, he had them boys in the national spotlight. They beat us my senior year. Pissed me off because we supposed to go to the Rose Bowl that year. Wait, we did go to the Rose Bowl that year. We supposed to go to the Natty. That's where we were supposed to go. And they beat us at Stanford in the Bay, and I'm from the Bay, so I was mad, extra mad. But I balled. I always ball when I go to the Bay. I was forcing fumbles and knocking people down, knocking luck down. Harbaugh cussed me out. That's how good I was playing. He came off the sideline. Motherfucker. I said, yeah, I must be balling. Must be showing out. Had Toby Gerhardt fumbling. Hey, that's what I do, baby. Knock the ball out. So, yeah, shout out to the Chargers, man, and what they're doing. Because for a long time, well, I know they just moved to L.A., but for the last couple of years, it ain't been no other team in L.A. It's been the Rams. But it looks like it's going to be two teams in L.A. for as least as Harbaugh, as long as Harbaugh gonna be there. That's for fact. So yeah, they did their thing. And one quick question: what happens to the Packers now that Parson and Watson is out? What happens? Do they go deep in the playoffs now? Do they still win the division? She's got the Bears. They got the Bears again. The Vikings coming up. To the Vikings, they just beat the Cowboys. They can't sleep on them now. Can't sleep on them now. So, it may be sticky for the Packers. They still gonna make the playoffs, most likely, but it's gonna be a little sticky for them. Detroit, they lost a tough one to the Rams today. I got to do some more research on that game because I was watching more of the Broncos game. But, they were up early, Detroit, and my pick was looking bad because I said they're not going to go to SoFi and win. But at the end of the day, I was right. Hey, Stafford turned it up. That run game turned it up, and the defense turned it up. All three phases, man. You got to have all three phases. The Rams, man, they looking true. But my dog, John, what's the receiver? OG. No, for the Rams. Devontae. My dog Devontae pulled his hammy on the go ball today. I'm not laughing at you like that. But you older, man. We older, and I was watching the game with my brother, and he hit the goal route. I'm like, oh, they got Devontae up top. And that hammy went. I know how that hammy go, man. I had a chronic hammy on my right side I used to pull all the time. Every year in camp, I will pull. That's part of the reason I got cut in Denver my last year. I pulled my hammy, and I didn't play the preseason, but I really don't ever play in the preseason because I always pull my hammy. So I kind of pulled it later this year, and we had just, drafted Justin Simmons and Philly Will, so they kind of the writing was on the wall for me anyway. They're trying to push me up out of there, but I think they got me up out of there a year early. So they was like, hey, are you going to play in the preseason game? I'm like, no, y'all know I got this hammy. I'm getting ready for week 1. What are you talking about? I guess they didn't like that, so they cut me right before the season. It's all good, though. I still love my dogs, Simmons and Philly Will Parks, and my dogs. But yeah, man, briefly, I almost forgot. I'm not going to go off in this stance. I'm going to talk about this week, but I am briefly going to talk about the Bills and the Patriots. And boy, did the Patriots fumble that bag. They fumbled the bag. They were supposed to win the AFC East. This game, they was up 24. The skunk game. I'm like, it's over with. I'm going to start watching some of these other games. I didn't start watching some of the other games. I still watched that game. And I know y'all going to say, oh, yeah, you was talking about Josh Allen and he wasn't going to be Superman. He wasn't no damn Superman today. He made a couple plays, but that running game really got him back in the game with James Cook. And, Allen made a couple plays. But, two of the biggest plays came off of debatable calls. It was 4th and 2. My dog looked back, broke the play up, and they called pass interference. They called it a catch. It wasn't a catch, and they called pass interference. But mostly who I'm gonna blame, and it's not that Josh Allen didn't have a good performance. He had a great performance, but it wasn't a Superman performance. And I like these performances better from Josh Allen. I really do. I really like these performances. I like Josh Allen. But like I said, y'all, if y'all are a fan of somebody and you don't like something I say, you be talking about why I hate him and why I'm hating on him. I don't hate on anybody. I respond to what's going on out there. That's all I do. I'm a respondent. I'm a correspondent. This is what I do. I correspond. But they started running better ball in the second half, and I'm going to put that on Vrabel. And I gave him credit for, having the boys prepared. He had them prepared the first half. Drake May was out there looking like Josh Allen for the first half. He was running. He was throwing. Stevenson was busting, and the run game was clicking. They was clicking on all cylinders. Now, whatever they did going into halftime, they came out Clark Kent. They went in Superman, and they came out Clark Kent because the Bills would start running the ball right up the gut. They started finding the tight ends right in the middle of the field. It was like I don't know what the Patriots did going into halftime, but they didn't make no adjustments. They didn't make no adjustments, they really didn't need to make no adjustment. But you got to figure out what's next. You know why? Because the Bills play so well in the second half, and I don't have all the numbers right now. Well, I know the number that do count was the W. They came and won. That's what do count, and they rushed the ball. James Cook, he had a couple touchdowns, man. He was sliding. He was sliding, looked like he was on skates, for real. And they won the game. Josh Allen made a nice dart pass to, I think it was Knox in the end zone. But I really don't like that picket fence the Patriots were running, man. That picket fence, he broke the containment, and then this is what you don't do. If you're in zone coverage, you don't run up on a scrambling quarterback. You don't run up. Soon as that linebacker ran up, Josh Allen found the guy in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And, you know, it's a great win for the Bills, man. Great win for Bills Mafia. Shout out to y'all going to Foxborough. Believe it or not, I like the Bills. I can't stand New England. I'm a Bronco. You know I can't stand New England. But I do like Drake May. I like what he's done. And I tell y'all, and we've been saying this, y'all was talking about Drake May MVP. The first half, I was like, yeah, shit. He may be MVP caliber. But it's not what you do when you're up. It's what you do when you're behind. And you know what Drake May hasn't done? He hasn't came from behind. He hasn't brought his team back from being down. That sounds better. Anyway, like he had the opportunity today. And that's why I say Bo Nix is better than Drake May. That just this. He wins close games. He wins games in the fourth quarter. And when Drake May had the opportunity to have the ball last, what'd he do? He didn't even get a first down. He looked scared. He looked like he wasn't playing the Buffalo Bills defense. He looked shook. I'm going to keep it a buck. He looked shook and scared. And a lot of times that happens when you guys got these clean-cut quarterbacks that you want to crown and, you know, they're the prototype and, yes, all buttoned up and shit. This is what happens. They get scared. And they lose games. You need a goon. Like Bo Nix is a goon. He told you, I get to the podium. I don't care what you talking about. My mom said we going to win. We going to win. You need a goon with a military cut. Bo Nix come up there. He got a military cut. Look like me, myself, and Irene. Man, like Jim Carrey. Hey, he don't care. I don't care how you cut my hair. Cut it. Just cut this shit. I'm about to go play some football. What are you talking about? Fucking Drake May got comb over and shit, comb his hair. Man, if you comb your hair, I don't want you. You can't be my quarterback unless you Tom Brady. And even Brady, he didn't start combing his hair until he got with Giselle. He didn't start combing his hair to his model. You see Brady in his early years, he had a buzz cut. He didn't give a damn. Had a flat top the next year. He had the Floby. Remember the Floby? I don't know if y'all remember the Floby cut, but that's what Tom Brady had until he got with Giselle. She changed him all up and had him looking like a model and everything. But hey, man, yeah, I'm going to end it on that one today. We're going to get more into it this week, though. It's going to be, you know how we do. We're going to post on Wednesday. And we're going to have some shorts for y'all throughout the week on the gram, at Safety First Show on TikTok. You know, we're going to do our thing like that. But I know we was late to the live this week. I apologize. We had some technical difficulties, like I mentioned before. Some things that were out of my control and out of my hands. I'm not going to snitch on nobody. But, you know, I wasn't going to leave y'all hanging. I don't care if we got started at 10:30. I was going to be on here with whoever was watching. It could have been 2 people. I would have been on here to midnight just to get it out, man. And I appreciate y'all hanging in. If y'all did hang in there with me, I appreciate it. If not, I don't blame you. Hope to see you next time, you know, next week when we do this live thing again. And, hey, man, I'm TJ Ward, you know, 3-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro, Super Bowl champ. Hey, I know what I know, man. You watching Safety First Show. I'm out. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Do that too. Like, comment, subscribe. TJ Ward, man, I'm out. Safety first. Stay safe out there, man. These streets is dangerous. Stay safe.